This is when it's imperative you just try and keep control of that cue ball. But under this pressure, under this scrutiny, it's so difficult because inside, well, everything's going on.
Yeah, Ronnie was in with an excellent opportunity and just lost the white a little bit. Then missed the red in the right corner. Otherwise, these would have been his.
27. Just a little grimace from John there. He's not on the intended red, I don't think.
Yeah, this was the shot, Stephen, wasn't it? He just glanced off them and lost the white a little bit. Otherwise, he'd have been right in amongst them.
Yeah, both players had blacks off a spot and played.
Do you guys know how to play snooker? You know how to play snooker, Adam?
Shots. But you can forgive anything knowing that this situation, the pressure out there is just incredible.
$33.
Just a quick glance up at the scoreboard. It's 41 in front. As you can see there, still a lot on the table.
$34.
He's left himself a little tricky black, so he's looking at the pink now.
Yes, playing for that outside red of the 5. Now, when you're under this pressure, it's easy just to...
It's this game, the red balls are worth 1, and then the colored balls are worth a different amount of money. And he's going for the pink ball right now. It's worth 6. Am I on? Watching or playing a game of pool is great. The blood pressure, also watching fish swim in a tank, low pressure. Yes, 100%. That's what I love about watching this game. It's interesting, yet, you know, you can just chill and watch it. This match just happened. It's 12-12, and this is the deciding match. Whoever wins this one, it's the first one to 13. And this is one of the best players in the world, and he's playing against the best player in the world who's sitting down right now. It's 57-8, but it's still anybody's game. Grateful, hello. You used to play competitive pool? Nice. Yeah, I love pool. Snooker is way different. It's on a 12-by-6 table. It's 12 feet across, and the pockets are way narrower, and they're curved, where ours are like straight and angled. These ones have a curve to them. Yep, so the reds are worth 1. And the object is to stay on the black if you can. He fucked up there. You want to stay on the black because the black is worth 7. The pink is worth 6. The blue is worth 5. The brown is worth 4. The green is worth 3. And the yellow is worth 2. So then you alternate between a color and a red. He screwed up his cue ball control there. So now he doesn't have a shot on a red, I don't think. Maybe he does. Here, let's listen to the commentary.
Amount of times he's been getting the cue ball cleaned throughout this match because of chalk on the cue ball. And you say it was black to...
Or he's on the black right now, I mean, but it's still, he doesn't really have a shot on this. He's going to try, but...
Distance.
Nope.
Well, is there...
But he also played it to where he didn't leave Ronnie a shot. The the cue ball is way down at the edge of the table now. So he knew he was going to miss it. Even if he would have made it, he wouldn't have had a shot. Nobody's got a shot right now.
Well, if anyone can come back from this sort of situation, it would have to be the great.
Like in American pool, you might be able to make a shot off the rail, and that's a makeable shot. In this game, very hard, very difficult. It's almost not even worth trying. So he may just play a safety.
It's a tricky one into the middle pocket.
It was a halfway to a safety.
He's looking at the angle as John. This is not easy, but this is the pot that could give him the match.
Yeah, and the thing is here is it's 13 or it's 12-12. These guys are like, this is it. This is for all the marbles. And so there's a lot of pressure on this game, on this match. This is literally it. So
What a pot. Didn't have to take that on.
Final match. Ronnie comes forward to congratulate John Higgins.
Ronnie conceded, and that happens a lot in this game because there's just not enough points left. And that guy, he's not the greatest sportsman, Ronnie O'Sullivan. So he'll get irritated and just concede sometimes. It's a fun game to watch, though. That wasn't the most interesting match. I'm great at pool as long as the goal is to not hit any. Right, Adam? I once walked into a pool hall, missed the table, and went home. My dad told me a story where they were playing pool back in I think this was like the late 60s. And he was just hanging with the dude that was like a semi-pro pool player, this dude named Whitey. Not Whitey Bulger. His name was Whitey. And they won a bunch of money, like 10 grand playing off of some pimp. They won, and the pimp pulled out a gun and told him, "Don't go anywhere," because he went to go get some more money or something like that. Well, he came back and played, and they let him win all his money back because they didn't want to die. That's what you get when you play pool in pool halls. I got kicked off X, or locked out for I don't know how long, 12 hours a week, something. Where's it at? Are we on here? Yeah. After careful review, we determined your account broke the X rules. Your account is temporarily in read-only mode, which means you can't post, repost, or like content. Most accounts regain full access in a week, but it could take longer. Well, it told me it was only going to be 12 hours, so we'll see. So I figured I would just go back and look at kind of like a year in review at some of the bookmarks from last year, right when Charlie Kirk was assassinated. I don't have the day he was assassinated, but I have the day after and a couple days after that. It's pretty interesting. I think we'll look at those and see what else, because I can't bookmark anything. That's part of the punishment for what I did. So let me see here. At least I can access my bookmarks. It's pretty cool to be able to go back in time. I don't know how long these will stay active on here, or if they'll probably just start removing videos. But it's pretty interesting. At least I think it is. This is the day after Charlie Kirk was killed. This was a great interview right here. Tucker Carlson calling Sam Altman out on possibly being involved in the murder of one of his former employees. And right now, Sam Altman's in court against Elon Musk.
Thanks for doing this.
Of course. Thank you.
So ChatGPT, other AIs can reason. Seems like they can reason. They can make independent judgments. They produce results that were not programmed in. They kind of come to conclusions. They seem like they're alive. Are they alive? Is it alive?
No, and I don't think they seem alive, but I understand where that comes from. They don't do anything unless you ask, right? Like they're just sitting there kind of waiting. They don't have like a sense of agency or autonomy. It's the more you use them, I think the more the kind of
This guy is creepy, and this is a long interview. Maybe I have the shorter versions. I'm not going to watch the whole thing. It looks like it's the only thing that I bookmarked that day. See if there's any shorter clips in here. Sometimes people will clip the good stuff. No. All right, we'll go on to the next one. September 12th. Already a couple days after he was killed, people are already starting to call bullshit.
And look at this woman. That's the one that gets this shot done, okay? I'm going to make myself even smaller so that you can see more. I'm going to play it. And
so do you know how many transgender Americans have been mass shooters over the last 10 years?
he puts it down.
Too many.
Then he brings it up again. He talks to someone. He gets a signal. He's going to pull out the phone again. And I'm sorry,
I don't know if it's going to show the blood or not. I didn't watch this video. So FYI, I think he's about to get shot. So don't watch it if you don't want to see him get shot again.
you're going to have to see this. So
Do you know how
it's going to be horrible. There you go. That's your sign. Go again.
over the last 10 years?
So
Counting or not
watch
counting
it.
gang violence?
What? You see how he... Did you guys see that?
They're going to play it over and over again. I don't even know why I'm watching this video. This one was interesting because, here, let me get to the, this was these two jerk-offs, Harvey Leving, Harvey, whatever his name is, from TMZ, and the other dude who looks like some type of, I don't know what he looks like, a Cocker Spaniel or something. They are trying to deny that their employees were laughing when they announced that Charlie Kirk was killed. I don't know if you guys remember that or not.
This tragedy, when something happened in our office, as we were reporting the assassination of Charlie Kirk, there were some people in the back room away from our news desk here who were watching a car chase. And they were laughing, they were clapping, and you could hear it out here.
Right. Well, so they denied that, right? And there's a lady on here. This lady, she debunked the whole thing. She's got timestamps and proved that that story about the car chase makes absolutely no sense at all. The times don't line up. The story of the car chase, why they would be laughing at that time, doesn't line up. So bottom line is they were lying. They were laughing at the fact that Charlie was killed. They weren't laughing. They were cheering as if, like mission accomplished type of thing. Very interesting. Cocker Spaniel. He does, right? I mean, he just... I got to watch my mouth because that's why I got kicked off X. And I can't bookmark, and we're looking back a year. But I said on a couple of my shows, because that dude Harvey, and I say this because they literally cheered at Charlie Kirk's death and all the other things that they're involved in. They're always there when people die, like Prince and all this kind of stuff. His boyfriend died of AIDS, Harvey's boyfriend. I don't know if it was like the 80s or the 90s or what. And I just said that, and I mean it. God made a mistake. He should have killed Harvey instead. Harvey should have died of AIDS instead of his boyfriend. I think the world would be a lot better off, but that's just my own opinion. This is Kash Patel showing up, and they had to delay a press conference for Charlie Kirk so Kash Patel could get there.
We are going to share a portion of a video and that we have of the suspect, as well as some new stills. Those have already been released, but we want to make sure that they get as much attention as accountable. We are going to share a
good old Kash. And if anybody is just joining us to our scheduled program here, this is back from September 12th of 2025. So just keep that in mind. I don't know what Cuomo had to say about it.
I don't really care how we got here so much. There is a lot of blame to go around. I do not see you guys as victims. You give as good as you get. There is a lot of anger. There is a lot of exaggeration. It is all hate for profit on the fringe of this battling binary political system. My question is, my question is now what?
Charlie Kirk has never advocated. Charlie Kirk has never advocated violence ever. Charlie Kirk was only.
I'm not saying he did.
Non-violent, a non.
Yeah, it's crazy. And this is 9/12. That one, the dude Cuomo, he is such a fucking garbage pail. It's not even funny, man. He's such a fucking garbage pail because he's just his job is to just get you pissed off. And they're such slime bags, him and his brother. Complete fucking shitbags. And nothing that dude says ever ages well. Cuomo. He's just such a shitty propagandist, a horrible actor. He probably wanted to be a Hollywood actor, but he sucks at everything he does. Everything. He can't get anything right, that guy. Dave Portnoy was saying it was Trump's fault, basically, that Charlie Kirk was killed. And I don't think he's wrong in a lot of ways.
Politics definitely has a huge part in it. Trump, and when I say Trump has a huge part in it, I don't necessarily mean he's to blame for it, but he's so divisive without really even just his face is like divisive. Like people hate him so much. And the left and the right, the rhetoric, especially to me, the left, is insane, and it just boils. And this happened when Trump, they threatened when his assassination attempt. There's like a 3-hour period of like, let's tone down the rhetoric,
right?
Then they're right back to it. Politics definitely has a huge part in it. Trump, and when I say Trump has a huge part in it, I don't necessarily mean he's.
What else do we got? Everybody was upset. This guy, speaking of upset, that was perfect timing. Come on, guy. What is this guy? 20 kids got shot at a Catholic school, 0 conservative tears. Kirk gets shot. Oh, yeah, because there was 20 kids shot at a Catholic school. That didn't even get no coverage.
This is such bullshit. I've never been so pissed in my whole life. And this murder Charlie Kirk right here in Utah. I'm so freaking pissed right now. This is bullshit. I just saw blood squirting out of his neck. I love that guy. He would have been our next president. I am so pissed right now. Why do they always come with fucking violence? Gosh, damn it. Use your freaking words as they're talking to you people. Who shot Charlie Kirk?
I bet you this guy's probably a woman by now. I bet you he's went through surgery and had tits put on and has a period. I mean, what the fuck is this guy's problem?
I'm driving in a problem right now. I'm so pissed.
You know what's crazy about this whole situation? Joe Della, good to see you. Thank you for stopping in. Regardless of, I think that I personally, my own opinion is that it was not Tyler Robinson. And Tyler Robinson, if it wasn't him, that means that the Lance Twigg story is bullshit. And that was the connection to the left, it was the trans furry something or other. I still don't honestly I don't get how they spun Tyler Robinson into be a leftist, like it was the left. It was like trannies and stuff like that killed Charlie Kirk. It doesn't make any sense, but that's the story that they spin. But it really sucks especially here in Washington. You guys know I'm not a fan of any of that stuff, especially in the schools. However, you can't blame trans people for killing Charlie Kirk when they in fact did not do it. You can blame them for going into schools and being fucking pedophiles and shit. Some of them. I mean, I can point some out. Jamie Peterson is in the state senate in Washington State. Nick Brown, Attorney General, Washington State. These guys are fucking pedophiles. But you can't blame trans for, they're just gaslighting people. It's crazy. I really feel like that's what they did. People like this, he's just a horrible fucking piece of shit. This guy, I don't know where he came from. But they created the story that the trans community is the one that killed Charlie Kirk or whatever. And that's bullshit. It was the Mormons and the Masons and the Zionists. They're all that. There's a elite level of all of those guys. It goes all the way up to J.D. Vance and all of those guys. And now we've got Erica Kirk, Tyler Boyer, Andrew Colvett. And Andrew Colvett's the reason I got locked off X, because I told him to go fuck his mother, and I hope he has a heart attack. I told him to go fuck his mother like 10 times on X. Nothing happens. I tell him to go fuck his mother and have a heart attack. They kick me off X. Go figure. But I say things like that to those people because that's how evil they are. They're coming after black people, trans people, and they're coming after white people too. They're coming after everybody. They want to control everybody, and they will do it with the most horrible tactics. The people that used to bulldoze children in Gaza and the West Bank now run our country, or trying to run our country. They are running our country. I don't know how it happened, but anyway. So this was 9/12. This was Charleston White. Just remember Charlie Kirk was killed 2 days ago.
What's your opinions of Kirk's death? I don't give a fuck about Kirk's death. Nigga, I don't give a fuck about no white man dying. I don't give a fuck about no motherfucking white boy dying. My shit. Soon as a nigga hit the stage, they gon' ask if I can play the shit back to back. Yeah, they want it back to back. They gon' ask if I can play the shit back to back.
It's. I'm glad I came back and watched this stuff because, it just exposes this guy right here for who he is. Just a paid shill. 2 days after Charlie Kirk's killed, it was the last time you heard this guy say anything. A lot of people probably don't even know who he is. And 2 days after Charlie Kirk's killed, he's coming out saying, I don't give a fuck about that white boy. Ain't no black person give a fuck about a white boy. He was paid to say that, He's just a paid instigator, this guy, not a real person.
I took a break from views, now it's back to that nigga. They think I care about a white boy being killed by another white boy. I don't give a fuck about no white boy dying. I don't give a fuck about no Peckerwood getting shot. I don't give a fuck about no white boy getting killed.
Chill shit. We go 0 to 100, nigga. Real. He had 2 kids. Fuck his kids. They give a fuck about that white boy kid. They probably autistic anyway.
I wonder what Charleston White. I wonder what his views is on Chud the Builder, the guy that goes around, the Peckerwood that goes around calling black people the N-word all the time. I wonder what his view is on that. I wonder if he said anything about that. What else do we have here? Charlie Kirk was just in Asia before he was killed, so he was in Korea. So they had a big thing going on. People were already calling bullshit. In the EU Parliament, they announced Charlie Kirk. They wanted to do a moment of silence, but there were people that were like, "Fuck you." The world is a stage, that is for sure. Patty, hello, good to see you. I got kicked off X for at least 12 hours, maybe a week, maybe longer, it says. So we're going back in the year in review. We're 2 days after Charlie Kirk got killed and just looking at all of the propaganda and different things that happened shortly thereafter. Let's see here. What else do we got? So yeah, 2 days after Charlie, and he may have said it before then, but at least within 2 days, Benjamin Netanyahu.
Before I let you go, I want you to address one thing, and it's just the absurdity of it. Some of the internet rumors that somehow Israel is behind the Charlie Kirk murder, and I don't believe it for 1 second, but I want you to make a statement. It's so absurd.
That's insane. That's insane. Israel also changes the orbit of the moon. Israel pushes the sun. I mean, the whole thing it's not only insane, I think it's so absurd, so stupid, and so ridiculous. You can't believe that people are saying that. They just found the perpetrator. They'll get to the bottom of this, but they go, they have no limits. When you hate Jews, when you hate the Jewish state, you're willing to say anything and promote all these absurd rumors.
Yep, we wake up every day hating Jews and the Jewish state, you dumb fuck. That's why we think that you're involved in it. It doesn't have anything to do with the fact that Candace and those guys proved that there were 12 Israeli cell phones on the ground that day. And then all the other evidence. And they've already proven that it's impossible that it could have been Tyler Robinson from 140 yards on the rooftop of the Losi Center with a 30-06. That's impossible. So Israel was 100% involved in not only the assassination of Charlie Kirk, but the hijacking of our entire government, our political, educational, religious, everything. What did I do? Well, I told Andrew Colvett to go fuck his mother, and I've said that to him many times. And I get lots of likes for saying that from people. But I said, go fuck your mother and have a heart attack on the last one. And then I got kicked off X. So it wasn't a nice thing to say, but I meant it. All of those guys, including Netanyahu. I was hoping that Netanyahu got killed by a missile. I kept saying BB got barbecued. I was hoping, praying that was AI generated material, but apparently, the motherfucker's still alive. So it is what it is. You can't keep trying to convince us Yahoo. Yeah. Yahoo is a, what do you call it? An acronym. at least Yahoo, the Yahoo.com. It's yet another hilarious office oracle. What that means, I have no clue, but I do know that that's actually the acronym for Yahoo, at least the Yahoo.com. Yet another hilarious office oracle. Yeah, I didn't know that either until maybe 10 years ago. I don't even know how. Let me see here. Yahoo acronym. See if that's what it still says. Yet another hierarchically organized oracle. Okay. So I was either they changed it on me or I just got it wrong. Yet another, I don't even know how to say that word. Organized oracle. Hierarchically. Yet another hierarchically organized oracle. Or it goes, or sometimes yet another hierarchical officious oracle. Okay. I could have swore I read somewhere that it was office oracle. It's an acronym, nevertheless. All right, what else do we have here? Ah, yes. So 2 days after Charlie Kirk is killed, Alex Jones has to go to, he's on a secret mission, and he comes back sounding like a gay frog. This was right before he started sounding like a gay frog. And David Icke is right. He is so full of shit.
Now, I wasn't going to be here today because I have multiple missions that are critical to the Republic. So I'm leaving a little bit later. I'll leave it at that. But I will be doing work from the road, and I will be in multiple locations on the East and West Coast in the next 3 days. I'll just leave it at that. But things are coming to a head, and it has been recognized by folks in the administration that we have the best analysis of what's going on and what's going to happen next and how to counter them. So I will be consulting with different organizations and groups in the next 3 days. So I will not be fishing when you don't see me here.
Yeah. And so he goes to Washington, D.C., and we expect him, which we're like, why? We're all like, why is he going to Washington, D.C.? This is weird. Alex does not like to go to Washington, D.C. He hates fucking going. He does not want to go there at all. He will only go there unless he's like subpoenaed. And all of a sudden he goes there voluntarily on a secret mission. Sure enough, he comes back talking like a gay frog and attacking Candace Owens every which way he can. Just going off on rants over and over and over about her. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. There goes Alex. Yeah, it got even worse when he came back, believe it or not. Way worse. Let's see here. All right, that looks like about it. So that was 9/12. Then we got 9/15. Dan Bongino, I think he just became the deputy FBI director.
Let me ask you about, are you going to be looking into, Cash and Pam, any potential collusion between the DOJ, Letitia James, the novel legal theory of Alvin Bragg or Nathan Wade or Fonnie Willis and the DOJ? Is that something? Has anything come up? Is there any way to determine whether or not evidence was destroyed in any of these cases?
Well, there's always a way to determine that. I don't want to comment on that specific case right now for a reason. I don't want to get ahead of the Department of Justice on that. But I want to say this, the FBI obviously has the public corruption portfolio. And yes, if you are a corrupt politician out there, if you are engaged in behavior, you know what you're doing, we're going to find you. I promise. No one is going to get off. The days of selecting.
I don't know why people would want to even waste their time watching that garbage. You know, my buddies watch Fox News and CNN and that type of shit. I just don't get it. What a waste of time. The dude's not even in the fucking, well, he's still in the FBI. He says he quit, but we all know he's just fucking pretending to be a failed podcaster now. To go out there and his job was to intimidate people on the internet, but it's not working. So they probably strangled him and threatened him into, yes, that's how he got that voice. That makes perfect sense, actually. Yeah, I mean, you know, Alex has been through hell. They've put him in jail. They've sued the shit out of him over Sandy Hook. They killed one of his top reporters, Jamie White. Just the attacks are just nonstop. They ran his name through the mud in mainstream media, call him crazy, social media, or a conspiracy theorist and all that stuff. But it is all theater. All of it's theater, you know. Candace, 5 days after her friend was killed.
Belly right now. To those of you who think that you are going to replace Charlie Kirk, okay? Kings are born. You don't just get to depose and tell us that we're going to follow this individual, okay? I'm one of the Masons of Turning Point USA. You put a shill in Charlie Kirk's chair, in Charlie Kirk's company, and you try to tell us to follow that individual, I will be an enemy of you. There will be nothing that can stop me, okay? And I want you guys to understand, this is not a threat. This is a promise. There will be nothing that can stop me. I will release every single text message. So to those of you who are trying that, I'm seeing the messages. I am telling you to back off right now. Like right now, don't do it, okay? Don't you think about it. I know exactly who you are. I know exactly who you were that were exerting pressure. Don't you pretend to be noble now and say nice things about Charlie Kirk and think you're going to slide into his chair, okay? Over my dead body, which I'm sure can be arranged.
Yeah, and she meant it, and they're still going at it. And those guys are still sitting in Charlie Kirk's chair with his name, The Charlie Kirk Show. Go Candace. People were talking about little drones that were flying around. There were little micro drones there. So this is 5 days after Charlie Kirk's killed Netanyahu. He says they didn't do it, and then
in which PLO terrorists murdered our athletes to the Olympic Games. And my predecessor, Golda Meir, vowed that we shall track down these terrorists and get them one by one, which is what we proceeded to do in the leading European countries. And we did this one by one by one. I didn't hear a great cry of wrongdoing to these countries. Even
theater, telling stories and gaslighting us to go to war already, you know, like a few days afterwards. Tommy, what's going down? Did you try the wind thing yet? And I heard what you said about the Goodfellas thing. I went and listened to a little bit of it on a sample thing. The content seems amazing. It's too damn slow. I don't know if there's, can we get a different reader? I mean, do we have to have half a fucking retard read the book? No offense to the guy, whatever his name is, something Kelly. I mean, it sounds great. I was listening to how Martin Scorsese was, he was sitting down with another guy, and it was in the 70s. It was another director, and I can't remember exactly what they're talking about. The guy just reads too fucking slow for me. Okay, yeah, no worries. I was just curious how it works. I mean, for $10, I mean, you know what I mean? Probably not going to solve all the problems. Yeah, so sounds like a good book, but I don't know. I never really did the whole Audible thing. Kid Rock says the mainstream media is public enemy number one. And I don't know if you heard, Tommy, I got kicked off X for telling somebody to go fuck their mother one too many times. And so we're going back and looking at past videos if I find anything interesting. Sure.
The behavior by a lot, both privately and publicly, are pushing people like you and me away. Not like we're going to be pro-Hamas, not like we're going to, but we're like, honestly, the way you are treating me is so repulsive. I have text messages, Megan, calling me an anti-Semite. I am learning biblical Hebrew and writing a book on the Shabbat. I honor the Shabbat, literally the Jewish Sabbath. I visit Israel and fight for it. And there's another article out in the Times of Israel today. I could read it on air. I was just reading before I got on. Charlie, what are you doing?
So it's crazy that, he was their guy. He was he went to Israel, just like he said. He was writing a book about the Shabbat, all this stuff. But because he wasn't a fucking psychopath, we're going to kill children in Gaza, and he spoke out a little bit, pushed back just a little bit, they fucking killed him because they put so much faith and money and time into building him up. And they felt that he betrayed him. I got kicked from X, yeah. It says 12 hours is what I signed a thing, but it says it could be up to a week. So, yeah, I can't bookmark anything. I can't like anything, repost anything. I can browse like the current event stuff, which I was just going to do that, but I don't want to. Some videos that come up are inappropriate for public. So we're doing what you call the lowest form of communication, going down memory lane. I mean, this is just a shit show today. But it's the calm before the storm for me. I babysit today. I do got to go to the store in a little bit. I'll be making fruit puree today and probably baking shortcakes. What is today? Wednesday? Yeah, I might bake them today or tomorrow. But I'm just getting ready for this weekend. I'm pretty much ready. Just have to get out there and do it now. Telling people to go fuck their mothers, stay away from us Italians. Yeah, I told him a few times, and it's that Andrew Colvett guy. But I also told him to go have a heart attack this time, and that's what did it. It's never a shit show over here. You could show baking stuff, and it would be okay. Yeah, we could do that. The thumbnail is actually a label that I made, the bedrock bark. I made that last night. So I don't know if I like all the black background, but I just put it on my Fruity Pebble bark. It's crazy because I made Fruity Pebble bark. It's just white chocolate and Fruity Pebble cereal smashed into it. I've sold a ton of it. I've never eaten not one piece of it until I brought one to the zoo with us when we went to the zoo the other day, and I was like, what the hell? I tried a piece of it. It was pretty damn good. I mean, it's simple. I like Fruity Pebble cereal, but is that the guy that sits in Charlie's chair? Yes. Yeah. See if I can pull him up. I just seen his name. Where'd you go? Yeah, this guy.
Explicitly allows the president 16. Oh, Donald Trump's a fascist.
Don't you find it peculiar that with this set of circumstances, the only two Democrats
You type in Andrew Colbert, there's no, see these two clowns right here. The bald guy is Blake, and then Andrew Colbert's the Saved by the Bell looking dude.
Oh, Melania has been in the news a lot lately, and we haven't talked about it a lot on the show. So Mark Beckman, he's the senior advisor to First Lady of Melania Trump. He's the CEO of DMA United, and he's the producer of the film Melania, which was a huge. And I instantly thought of,
the thing is with those guys is nobody watches them, nobody likes them, everybody hates them, but yet they get to be on CNN, they get to go to the White House, they get to, you know what I mean? Like, they're literally just being installed into the government. They're being installed into our religion, and they're being installed into the education system. Nobody voted for these people yet. Now Erica Kirk is being allowed into all of the schools, even though she's tied up in sex trafficking and pedophilia and all this shit. And the only schools that she's not going to is the ones where they're boycotting and saying, fuck you, we don't want to go. And then they lie and say that it's because of death threats. It's just all and it's going to get worse. And I mean, I wouldn't even be wasting my time with this if I didn't truly believe this shit. These people they are ruining our country, and they are just going to make us all fucking slaves to that digital system. And they're going to treat us like animals. Good thing is when you say stuff like that, it cause someone who is on the fence to research what you said. Yes, that is the point. That is the point for this show. And then when I talk to people like Andrew Colbert, like I wish I could talk to him in person. Somebody like him, I would love to just fucking destroy that motherfucker. But they don't even respond. They never respond to any of their comments. They're constantly putting shit out on X, but they never respond to anything. It's a one-way street. What was I looking at? That was pretty crazy. You guys are going to be like, what the fuck is his problem? I was watching a bunch of stuff on AI. But I was also watching a Chinese web. I guess baby Saint Bernards are the best dogs to eat over in China. When do you get real busy this week? Tomorrow or Friday? For selling Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Tuesday. And they actually want me to, somebody wanted me to go do something, I think it was Friday night. Or was it Saturday night? No, it was Saturday night at the same place that they're having the ladies' night on Tuesday. But I told them no, because I can't do that, because I do 9 to 2 p.m., 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the market, and then I have another event Sunday morning. There'd be no way I could make it out to that. And it's like such a drive to that place. I wish I could. I wish I had somebody to help me, because I sure would, because it's a whole nother event. I don't know how good it would be, but I just got to stick to my plan. And it always goes like this, because it's market season now, so it's kind of feast or famine. You just have to struggle through January. You know, after Christmas, it kind of dies down, other than, you know, you got Valentine's Day, Easter, but they just didn't pan out this year for me. So I'm hoping that the lemonade and snow cone season is going to be good this year. So, and I have everything I need. I mean, other than the fruit puree to make, we're good to go. I got to make some cheesecakes maybe, and I have those cupcakes I got to decorate. Just little stuff, but the major thing this week was getting all of the business end stuff done of it, the permits and the insurance and all that. It just costs so much money. And if, you know, for people that are just starting out, it is crazy. Like, I was looking back at my memories on Facebook when I was trying to get I had the commercial kitchen rented. So now I'm paying $550 a month for the kitchen, and I'm trying to get my Department of Agriculture license. This is back in like 2022. And I was reading some of my posts, and it's a challenge to get that license. It's, you know, the first time you do it, it's kind of overwhelming. But I finally got it done. Excuse me. Johnny, hello. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. So, yeah, I'm excited for, oh, yeah, that's what we could look at. Let's look at the Maple Valley Farmers Market, or just different farmers markets around here. Or if you guys have any. I need to go grab some more coffee real quick. Ding dong. Played that one. When was that? 2022. Three years ago. 2020. What, you guys got any current ones? They put out these things, orientation. This guy, Mark, that runs it, he's a super nice guy. You know, I get along very well with the people that run that thing, but he's a stickler, man. He don't play around. I guess we'll have to watch from 2022.
At QFC, quality inspires everything we do, because food handled with care just tastes better.
When we hit the pothole, I was worried we'd be stranded for hours.
Look at these people. What is this fucking commercial even about? Geico.
Oh, it's deep.
Be right back. Love these farmers markets.
don't get what? You don't get on there.
No, this is.
Oh, well,
You
go.
good? Is that good?
Look at that dog. Hello.
Hey.
Yeah, I don't know if it's bigger now or it was bigger back then. I think the biggest event I've done is 140 vendors. I know these guys have at least close to 100.
I mean, no, I don't need it.
Actually, this place is not bad for price. It's $50 a week, which is the lowest that you're going to find at any farmer's market. And they may change it eventually, but there's a lot of them around here, the bigger ones, it's 10% of your sales, so it could cost, whatever it is. And let's see here. We have to write down our sales for tax purposes, but we don't. Yeah, we just have to pay $50 a week. Gotta love the balsamic. We used to make balsamic with the grape. Must be a byproduct from making vino. Yeah. I'm not a huge balsamic vinegar fan, but I do like it, a little bit of it. I just don't like vinegar because I think it has vinegar in it, right? Nice assortment of flowers. Yeah, they got some cool flowers out there. They got nice donuts. There's an Asian family that comes out there with all their pastries. They've got the giant donuts, and their cannolis aren't very good, but their maple bars are great. They make this pizza bread that's really good. It's like just bread with I don't know, it's like pizza bread. All kinds of cool stuff out there. I've always liked the look of the land in Washington State. I love, Washington's way cool, Gianni. I mean, the cities suck right now, but it don't take long to get to, or just the middle of nowhere. You can just go hike, and Washington's it's diverse too, because we have mountains, rivers, lakes. So you have the ocean. We have desert in Eastern Washington. I mean, there's so many different places to go. Eastern Washington, like Central Washington, there's a lot of history there too. It's like the Native American and all that kind of stuff. And Lake Chelan is like a 50-mile long lake, and at the northern part of the lake, you can't even drive up there. People live up there. You got to get there by boat or by airplane. They have their mail flown in and stuff. All kinds of cool stuff. The Olympic Peninsula in Washington State is absolutely amazing. I need to get back over there. That's like the western portion of Washington, from the ocean to the Puget Sound. Here, let's look at Washington State for a minute. The Olympic Peninsula. We'll just look at some shorts. Crescent Lake, I've been there. Hurricane Ridge, I've been there. The whole rainforest, been there. Ruby Beach, I've never been there. Storm King Lookout, never heard of that. Soul Duck, been there. The Soul Duck, they have hot springs up there, like natural hot springs.
I seek you out, flay you alive.
Yeah, it's every bit as beautiful as
This is everything you need to know to visit Olympic National Park in Washington State. First, Olympic is split into 3 regions: the mountains, beaches, and rainforest. It takes about 3 hours to drive to the entrances of all 3, but that's not including the 2-hour drive from Seattle. The beaches and rainforests are open year-round, but the mountains are best from June through October. Luckily, Olympic does not require any reservations, so you're free to go at any time, but the Hurricane Ridge Road does close in the winter. Hurricane Ridge is stunning, and it was our favorite section. You'll find it by Port Angeles on the northern section of the park. You can hike to
this park too. Is a must go to. It's in Sequim, Washington. It's called the Olympic Game Farm Park.
Yeah, you get some tongue action. Oh my God, there's so many. What's the quest?
You drive through it.
Keep going, keep going. My hands up the window.
Jumping back.
Kind of skip around it.
You want this job? Oh look, oh, he's so cute. Oh, Krishan, here, let me give a piece on this side.
They have the coolest bears at this place. You can feed these guys. This place, when I went here when I was a kid back in the 80s, and I don't know if you guys remember the show, the Grizzly Adams, the bear they had, I think his name was Ben, Big Ben or Old Ben or something like that. He was here at this park, and he could do all kinds of tricks. He would pray on a table, and I don't remember exactly what he did, but they had that bear, and then they had Charlie the Lonesome Cougar. I don't know if you guys remember that. It was also in like a lot of car commercials, the cougar.
Oh.
What else do we have? Let's look at Lake Chelan real quick.
Wonderful.
Hi, I'm Burke, a small business insurance expert with Byberk.
What's a Byberk?
Byberk isn't a thing. Byberk is a way. It's the smart way.
This is the 50-mile long lake where you have to get to it by air or boat to the other end to live there, or mail and all that. Beautiful lake. And there's resorts at the southern end of it where we always would stay at. The Caravel Resort. I can't remember the names of them. This video sucks. Shows us nothing. Take your video and shove it. How about that? Let's see what we have here. Oh, yeah, they have a water park there, too. I forgot about that. It's just a cool place to go because, I know what I got to show you guys. Gianni will like this one too. The cool thing about Lake Chelan is that it's 50 miles long. You know, so at that one end, it's all a bunch of resorts. It's the kind of like the little party town, and then you know they have this thing called Lady of the Lake. You can just take it all the way to the other end of the lake. There's a casino on there. It's badass. Highly recommend Lake Chelan. Leavenworth. This is a Bavarian town.
At the same time, you and I drink the poison from the same vine. Oh, I love it and I hate it at the same time, hiding all of our sins from. Oh, I love it and.
Just 2 hours from Seattle, Leavenworth is the perfect day trip. In the winter, you can come to Leavenworth for fun in the snow, or to walk around the Bavarian-style town for dining and shopping. In the summer, Leavenworth is known for its hiking and alpine lakes. Beautiful year-round, I would definitely add Leavenworth on your day or overnight trip list for 2025. Just 2 hours from.
Yeah, it's way cool. I've stayed up there a few times. They've got so many things to do up there. What do you call it? Lake Shillong? That's funny. Yep. Leavenworth is a must. The shops they have there are amazing. The candy shops. I need to go back up there. I haven't been up there forever. I haven't been up there since I started my business. I'd love to take my granddaughter up there. We should take a trip up there. Yeah, Washington is an awesome place to visit. You just don't want to get stuck in Seattle. You know, I mean, you got the Space Needle and all that garbage. Seattle's not what it used to be. Although you could probably still have fun in Seattle, you know. There's probably still some great restaurants up in Seattle, you know. But for outdoors, you can't beat it. And I mean, I'm just sitting here thinking of all the different places like I've been camping. If you like to camp or boat, fish, hike, climb mountains, any of that stuff, you got it all here in Washington. If you like the rain, if you're a tree hugger, if you like botany and science and all that shit, it's Washington State, man. Is Seattle like San Fran turned into lots of home? Yeah, Patty, it has, unfortunately. as long as it ain't Leavenworth, Texas. Never heard of Leavenworth, Texas. No, it doesn't sound like a friendly place. What else? Let's see here. Never been to this one, but I heard this is one of the biggest. This is one of the ones where they charge 10%.
Sea Dance 2.0 is now on Artlist, and you can get precisely what you want.
I'll take a robbery.
Cool. I love a good farmer's market, and Puyallup actually has one of the biggest farmers markets in the state. So I'm going to give you some details on that right now. All right. From April to October, there's 130 vendors at this farmers market. They meet at Pioneer Park every single Saturday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And the market supports more than 200 small businesses, and income from it goes right back into downtown Puyallup and the community.
The community comes. It's their Saturday thing to do. The market vibe is incredible.
Yep, and the thing is with the markets is they're all on Saturdays, a lot of them.
Can't imagine why some.
And one lady made a good point. These people that sell coffee at the Maple Valley one last year, I asked them about the Puyallup one. They said they did it and they didn't do well because there's so many vendors that they get lost, and people, by the time they get to them, they already spent their money or they already have coffee. Or I was like, huh, interesting. They like the little ones. Oh, Leavenworth Penitentiary. I have heard of that. Why did I not know that? That's funny, Gianni. 100%. It used to be like the heroin capital of the world back in the 90s. Yeah, Seattle. Oh, the grunge era. Yeah, those guys were they were definitely all on drugs. Kurt Cobain and those guys. Seattle was fun back then, though. I'll tell you, I remember because I went to Western Washington University in Bellingham, and then I would take the Greyhound bus back from time to time back here to Tacoma to just hang out at home and Christmas or whatever. A couple times my mom would come pick me up. One time, some friends, we just drove down from school to Seattle and hung out in Seattle one day. Man, we had a blast. It was 1992. And Seattle was so awesome back then. Record shops, guitar shops everywhere. Westlake was awesome. It was around Christmas time. Shit. Now it's crazy. Puyallup, weird name, yes. A lot of people have a hard time pronouncing that one. Puyallup is it's Native American. There's the Puyallup tribe. I was there in 93, I think, for a week. Oh, nice. I like how Haight Ashbury used to be back in the 60s. Yeah, it's a shame. Times have changed. Let me see if we can get any better videos of that farmer's market. Is it worth the hype?
This is oh my gosh, your wife is so awesome. The free taste, guys. And the farmer's market. Yeah! Oh, it's so cute.
Good morning! For today's video, we are going to the farmer's market in Puyallup, but we have to pick up his mom so she can come with us in. And look how small it is, so cute. It's so cute.
Yes.
What is this? Colvin Ranch beef cuts. Porterhouse, $28.35 a pound. T-bone, $27. Tenderloins, $30. Ground beef, $10.50. It's a little spendy. I can get ground beef at the meat market for $6 a pound. I mean, you're supporting a local ranch, I guess. I don't know. What do you think, Gianni? Patty, do you guys eat steak? Man, I want to go shopping at a farmer's market right now just looking at this stuff. I can't wait till Saturday. It will be all stocked up, the new year, see the new vendors, see what everybody's got. I like to get all set up and then just go walk around and see who's got what. Some of them open up early for vendors, like the donut people will open up early for vendors only. Because the donut people, they actually get a line of people in the morning. Like literally they'll get a huge line of people, but most of them will be customers. And then until 9 o'clock, they just only sell to vendors, which is cool. So, yeah, farmers markets are the best. They're a lot of fun. I can't wait. I'm not going to have any money to spend this Saturday, but I can trade.
This is our new location right here.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, he got one of those too.
Okay. So, what do you want, honey? You want to buy? Ganda na. Ay, parang fruits naman pala yun. Dami. Tapos ito po, ito mag-ina naglalakad. Ask the master gardener. Gosh, ang ganda. I think this is the one I'm gonna like. This one. I'm gonna go around and see what I'm gonna go buy.
Oh, look at these people. They could do a lot better with their presentation, I'll tell you that, on their table.
Hey, can I do that?
It's a free taste, guys.
Yeah.
I don't like this lady's video. I don't eat much as I'd like, mainly a summer thing, unless I make steak. Yeah, much more quality stuff than in Florida. I hate to say we were just low rent down here. I think there's trade-offs everywhere you go, right? Like Washington lacks in a lot of things, but our strong points are definitely nature. We do got a lot of fresh produce, and I think we have like the best apples, the best cherries, the best weed. I mean, that's why I love Washington. I don't ever want to leave, but it's just such a libtard place, and just the crime, it just sucks. But just, geographically, the climate is beautiful. I love the climate here. It's probably a lot like the East Coast, but I think Jersey, you guys are just you guys are more volatile than us. You guys get a little hotter. You guys can get the hurricanes and all that bullshit. Speaking of beef, Mike just told me about this farm in BT, Vermont, that sells some premium quality American Wagyu Kobe. Definitely a trade-off everywhere you go. Yep, 100%. Yeah, the Kobe beef. Tommy's driving on the move, headed to a meeting. Tommy's headed to 3 meetings right now. So he's saying hello. He can't type. Better than Oregon, and the stupid thing gets in my way. I can't see it. In California. Well, it's got to be subjective. That's a highly subjective statement, right, Gianni? I mean, I have bought weed in Oregon, and it was great weed, actually. But I wouldn't trade Washington weed for anything. Nothing. Joe is really the best. It really is the best. Yeah, it's delicious. I went to a place. What's it called? The Dallaire Shop in Bellevue, Washington. And that means to dip in Chinese. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, how do we get to the meats? This isn't going to do us any justice. Anyway, I would go there. I've been there a couple times with my former boss who was Chinese. I worked at a karaoke bar. And you would get the Wagyu beef and everything under the sun. And it would be raw. And at your table, you get your own personal burner. And you can pick from I think there were 6 different types of broth. So I got the spicy Saskatchewan broth. And then you turn on your thing and you just dip your meat right into and cook it right in front of you. Everybody has their own personal, you can, whatever broth to cook your meat in. And it wasn't just meat. They had all kinds of shit. I have pictures of it on my phone. I'll have to transfer them to my laptop to show you guys. But it is. But you got to be careful of a lot of fake Wagyu, because it's funny because the place that I worked at, Stone Lounge, was like a private karaoke bar in Bellevue. That's who I would go to the eat the Wagyu with my boss. Well, at our bar, he advertised he had the best burger in Bellevue, and it was Wagyu, but they bought it at Costco. It was not Wagyu, it was just ground beef. But he had a good Mexican chef in the back, and they passed it off as Wagyu, and no one ever said nothing. And it was like, I can't remember if it was 16 or 26 bucks. I don't remember what the price was. Everything in that place was fucking expensive anyway. $300 for a bottle of fucking anything, bottle service. And these dummies would order it. $300 for us to bring a bottle of Grey Goose into your private room and lock it. And then you call us in there to unlock it and pour you shots. $300 for that bottle service. Get the fuck out of here. For a bottle of Grey Goose, which costs like what, 30, 40 bucks? How much is, I don't know how much alcohol costs. 30, 40, 50 bucks for a bottle of alcohol, 20 bucks. And you pay 300 to have a clown like me come unlock it and pour it for you? Get out of here. You got to be kidding me. You love the New Jersey weather? Right on. Tommy loves New Jersey everything. Yes, he does. He's a Jersey boy. I mean, I don't knock it. Same here. I mean, I'm Washington through and through. I would love to come visit New Jersey. I love to go visit Vegas. I'll love to come visit Florida. I'll come visit you in Florida, Gianni. But I'm always coming back home. I might even snowbird like half the year in Arizona, which I probably will. But I'm always going to have to come back to Washington. Unless like all my kids leave, then there'd be no reason for me to come back, but I doubt that's going to happen. If I was a homeowner, I would not be happy in New Jersey. Yeah, homeowning is, yeah, I mean, I think we all, those of us that don't own homes, it crosses our mind a lot. We think about it from time to time, but I'm kind of in the same boat. Like it definitely does not determine my happiness or gauge my success in life. I think about that often, like, would I like to have a house? Yes. In here in Tacoma, absolutely not. You know, if I die before I get a house, I mean, I did own a house at one point in life. Am I going to feel like a failure? I don't think so. You know, because there's a good chance that I may not own a house. I don't know. It kind of just depends how this business goes, I guess, how the world goes. But at the same time, I feel depressed even thinking about having to fix some shit. You know what I mean? I don't want to have to worry about going to Home Depot to fix some stupid shit for no reason. You know what I mean? Because I've been fucking living here for fucking 20, 30 fucking years or whatever. I mean, I get it. Home maintenance and all that just never interests me. Now, I always thought this was kind of dumb growing up, but I get it now. I think I would love to have like a condo. You know, no yard maintenance. You got a fucking maintenance guy. You know what I mean? You don't really own a lot of the stuff. You don't need to. I don't know. If I was a homeowner and raising a young family, I don't think I would be happy in New Jersey. It's it's tough everywhere right now. You know, making it impossible. You got to have money to make good money to live in the tri-state. Yeah. Of all the places in the U.S., I've got to say, I think California had to be the best weather. My daughter was on Tornado Alley recently. Damn. They do have great weather. They definitely do. You know, as a kid, first time in California, I was like, man, this is awesome. Because it was too. It wasn't too hot, but it was nice and warm. That was before the government was really fucking with the weather too much. You know, they still were, but. I'll scroll down here. I'm losing my voice. Yeah, the condos are where it's at. But at the same time, I also wouldn't mind, which is on the complete opposite end of the spectrum where you got to fix everything all the time. I wouldn't mind having a piece of property and just like a cabin somewhere. I would love that. I would rather have that than a house, honestly. I'd rather have a condo and a piece of property that I can just mess around on. Fish, hunt, I don't hunt, ride ATVs, just whatever you want to do, you know, just invite people out there just to camp. My granddaughter wants to go camping this summer. Let's see, do we have any more Puyallup Farmers Market? What's this? Yeah, you know, I think with me and one other person that was badass at making cakes, we could have a legit bakery. You know, me, somebody that can make cakes, and somebody that did donuts, it would be awesome. I would love to see what that store looks like. Somebody doing donuts, somebody making cakes, because lots of people like to order wedding cakes and birthday cakes and crap. And then I'll just do all the chocolate strawberries and cupcakes and strawberry shortcakes and all the other stuff. Love a cabin up in Virginia with a couple thousand acres to myself. Yeah, that would be cool. You know, when I went on a road trip with my buddy, driving through Montana, it was weird. Looking up in the hills at these houses looked so uninviting, but at the same time, I could just see myself. It's very interesting to me. And just something that this lady in Montana, I asked this lady, we were at a little mini casino in Montana, and this lady was from Washington State. And I go, she was the nicest lady. We were talking, and I was like, what's the biggest difference between, you know, what do you like out here more? She goes, The main difference is that they don't, she goes, we don't build on top of each other out here, and we mind our own business. And I like it that way, she goes. And then I just thought about how I seen all the houses out there, because there'd be one house here on the hill, one house over here, just all spread out. Looked like Little House on the Prairie kind of. And I'm sure there was like, you know, bigger cities than what I seen, but it, you know, when you travel the country, you just get a really different perspective of life, you know, even looking up at the sky. You just, it's cool to try, you know, there's no place like home, but it is cool to, I like to drive on, to do like road trips. I don't like to fly. I will if I have to, but I really enjoy driving through, you know, places I haven't been. I really enjoy driving through the desert, actually, going to Vegas. One of my favorite things to do, believe it or not. I passed up an opportunity to go elk or caribou hunting with some guys back in the 80s. Yeah, I would love to. The bakery. Yep. This is the decade for success for me. You know, it's going to be in my 50s. If it's going to be in my 60s, I'll accept it, but I would rather be in my 50s now, you know. I got enough experience. I just have to figure it out and get it done now. Grateful's back. I think you'll run across someone who you can partner up with. If I had someone to help you with kick out, yes, 100%. Yep. Yeah, maybe there's somebody out there that's already got like a brick and mortar. They're just kind of struggling a little bit. Business wasn't as good as it used to be. Nobody's ordering cakes like they used to. It would have to be a good location for sure. Ain't nothing like a good pizza out on a farmer's market either. It's crazy. When I do this show, I always lose track of time, and I start panicking like, dude, you need to fucking get moving. And I look at the clock, and it's 10 to 8. It's not even 8 in the morning yet. So we're good.
Okay, we are at Little Miss Sweets. So definitely check these people out. They got Twitter and
New York and Puerto Rican style desserts. I bet you guys would be the judge of that, huh? Somebody from the East Coast. See Tommy judge somebody over here making New York style desserts.
and Facebook, Instagram. And just look at those. Oh, that all looks good.
That cookies and cream cheesecake looks phenomenal.
Okay, give me a try. What's a cookie like?
It's really good. Almost as good as mine.
I love hearing that from people, you know, especially, you know, you get the women that will walk by somebody like me, you know, and they see my cupcakes or my shortcakes, or they kind of get offended, some of them. You know, they're like, well, we have that at home. Like one of their kids will say, oh no, we can do that at home. Keep walking, you know, or but then you get a lot of people that'll say, "Oh, I do that," and they'll try mine, and we'll just start talking it up, exchanging recipes. It's interesting to talk to people out there. Yeah, when the bears eat the blueberries. I don't like bear meat myself. I tried it one time.
Living on love.
And again, I don't like anything. I could live off like cereal and stupid shit.
Just like an old-fashioned storybook rhyme. Living on love. It sounds simple.
You know what I'd like to do too one day? I mean, what wouldn't I want to do? Be an event coordinator. Run an entire event like this, an entire farmer's market. I think that would be awesome.
Nice. Y'all thistle, honey, and it is not easy to find.
Yeah, are you going to do a whole 10 by 10 spot or? Okay.
Yeah, that star thistle honey is super popular, but there's a lot of imitation out there. You got to be careful. But I guess that one, I can't remember what it does, but it's supposed to be really good for you.
Just waking up in the morning, gotta thank God. I don't know, but today seems kinda odd. No barking from the dog, no small. And mama cooked the breakfast with no harm.
The first baby.
Hello, it's nice to meet you. Can you tell me where I am?
Pumpkin farm. They look down their nose because they can make it too. Yeah, 100%. I have never had bear meat. I have a friend who hunts bear every year. Yeah, I got tricked into eating it one time. I was not happy. My cousin Jason made sausage and eggs one morning, and he's just looking at me like a fucking jerk off. I'm like, what? Oh, that's bear. I was like, I knew it tasted like shit. That's what I told him. I was like, this tastes like shit. I was pissed. Like, don't ever. He is from Arkansas, and he would call hunting grocery shopping. Squirrels, cougars. He didn't give a shit. He would eat everything. This guy. He tricked me with bear meat one time.
We're out here. Thrifty-palooza. This is the biggest one yet.
Someone robbed me.
Bruh. Seriously?
Yeah.
Wait.
Insert shirt here.
Let's see here. Let's see. I've never been to a Seattle one. I hear they're good.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Bread and Butter Market. They open Saturdays.
Goat.
Okay.
It's spelled Emer and Einkorn. If you've ever had like farro salad, that's Emer. You go to Italy and you have farro. They'll say if you want the big farro, the medium farro, or the little farro. Spelled
Strawberry vanilla scone, cranberry oatmeal cookie, corn cookie, rye and chocolate chip.
I'm growing twice as many tomatoes this
With my brown sugar broken hazelnuts.
Oh wow, jam dot. Typically she has raspberry, but because raspberry is not in season yet, it's so thick. Is that a half plate? Looks like full plate.
That's a half plate.
Yeah. Oh wow.
What the hell is a full plate look like?
Yeah, it's 2 layers.
Oh my god.
Wow. Wow. The famous Seattle Pops is here too. Flavors today. That's another pastry.
Is that Thindu? Thindu is wearing a wig in the
Coffee looks so good. Oh.
More chocolate both ways.
Brady's here.
Got our cookies.
Yes, we actually do have a physical store in Madrona. It's open from, it's on our sign right there, Thursday through Saturday, 11 to 4.
Yep. I cannot wait for Saturday. It will be fun. All right, guys, I think I'm going to go. I got to get to the store and go buy a bunch of fruit and make a bunch of fruit puree for my lemonade today. So I appreciate you guys hanging out. Maybe I'll be back on X tomorrow, or maybe they're going to maybe I'm kicked off for a whole week. Who knows? Either way, Andrew Colbeck can still go fuck his mother. And that's that. Yes, Patty, always fun hanging out with you guys. She's doing the Star Wars song. Yeah. Gianni, thanks for hanging out. Grateful. Tommy, have fun in your 3 meetings today. And see you guys over at Thindu's. Have a good one.